So I need to get a few clients really fast for my ghostwriting. I do cold emailing, LinkedIn reach out, but I need to get meetings in 1 or 2 weeks, And I was like, the best way to do is cold calling. But I've never done cold calling, so right now I was playing with the idea, hey, you can teach me. There was a sales woman I found online for 700 euros for 6 hours, or dollars actually. And I was like, okay, that's a lot. I need it to do it right now. So I saw some YouTube video that taught me how to create a script, etc. And I thought, hey, let's use ChatGPT as my cold calling sales coach. So I've been playing it right now with for 2 hours, and here are a few things that I learned. So I will show you how to create what to say to ChatGPT to basically set him up as a coach, cold calling coach, and then what type of feedback he can give you or it can give you and tips and tricks, etc. So this is my first take on how to use ChatGPT as your cold calling sales coach. Check this out. Hey ChatGPT, so act as an expert in cold calling and become my coach for doing cold calls. So let's do a role play right now. I will call you as my prospect. You will be head of sale. No, you will be head of marketing in fintech startup, trying sell to banks, and I will be selling you a ghostwriting on LinkedIn. Okay, can we do it?
Absolutely, Simon. Let's jump into it. I'll play the head of marketing at a fintech startup, and you can give me your cold call pitch for ghostwriting services on LinkedIn. I'll respond based on how I might react in that role. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and start the call.
Awesome. Hello, this is Simon Carter speaking. I'm a fintech ghostwriter. I will be upfront. This is a prospecting call. Will you give me 30 seconds to tell you how I closed the Revolut, Raiffeisen Bank, Societe Generale with the LinkedIn ghostwriting, or will you hang up on me?
Hi, Simon. All right, you've got 30 seconds. Go ahead. What
Oh,
exactly did you do for those companies with LinkedIn ghostwriting?
awesome. Thank you very much. Hey, before I jump to this, I will tell you about it in a minute. But just to clarify, I usually work with the head of marketing in fintech startups that try to sell to the banks. The main struggles that they usually have were that the founders or salespeople were not posting on LinkedIn because of the time that they didn't have it or the skill. Another struggle was that it was new fintech startup, so they didn't have a recognition. Nobody knew them, and finally they needed to increase the views on the traffic on their website, the webinars, lead magnets, and generate inbound leads. Is that something that applies to you as well?
Yes, I can definitely relate to those challenges. Especially the lack of recognition as a new fintech startup. We've been struggling to get the kind of traction we need on LinkedIn, and our founders don't really have the time to post consistently. What did you do to help companies like Revolut with that?
So what we did is created a structure and milestones to break down basically the steps and then create a specialized people in each position. But before I get again a little bit deeper into this, have you ever tried to do a ghostwriting or something like that? Do you see it as an important thing, or do you struggle with one of those things that I mentioned? What are the things that you struggle the most with the recognition? How you have you tried to do the posting, or what have you done to solve it?
We've tried having our founders post occasionally, but it's inconsistent and the results haven't been great. We haven't used ghostwriting yet, but it's something we've considered, especially since it's tough to create content that resonates with our target audience. Our biggest struggle is building recognition and getting our message in front of the right people,
Hmm.
especially decision makers at banks. I'd say we've tried, but without much success.
Okay, I understand. Thank you very much. And why didn't you succeed? So, what was it that you didn't? So, there was one thing that you said. The topics were not resonating, and there was no consistency because he didn't have a time. Have you tried to solve it somehow?
Yeah, we've tried a couple of things. We considered hiring someone internally to manage LinkedIn, but they didn't have the right understanding of our industry or the expertise to create content that really speaks to our audience. And as for consistency, it just never became a priority for the team. Everyone's too focused on other tasks, and the
Hmm.
momentum just never built up.
Yeah,
So we've ended up with sporadic posts that don't seem
Hmm.
to gain much traction.
Yeah, I totally understand. Yeah, this is one of the biggest pain points, because people should focus on their main tasks that generate them the value. Salespeople should have the sales calls and do follow up, close deals, right? People should write, for example, high quality SEO, or for example, like that. LinkedIn, the main reason for LinkedIn is generate traffic to the website and inbound leads, and help salespeople close their deals, right? And the consistency is really important. Do you think that not doing this, does it have any impact on your company?
Yes, I'd say it definitely has an impact. Not being consistent on LinkedIn means we're missing out on opportunities to engage with potential clients, and we're not building the kind of brand recognition we need. Without a strong presence, it's harder for us to stand out in the fintech space, especially when selling to banks. I think we're losing out on inbound leads and chances to support the sales team by warming up prospects before they even get to the conversation stage. So yeah, it's definitely holding us back.
Awesome. Hey, thank you very much for that feedback. Hey, I understand. I think I can help you with some of these. I'm not sure if I can help with all of these, but I work with Dateo, SpeedNet FinTech Insights, and do the ghostwriting for them, and it help them with the consistency, getting the inbound leads and brand recognition. Right. For example, with one post, they generated 5 meetings, and in 1 year or in 4 months of cooperation, after 6 months of cooperation, but in past 4 months they generated 1 million organic views on LinkedIn, right? So this is what I helped them with, and I think I could help you. Is there any reason why you wouldn't have a meeting with me, for example, this or next week, 15-20 minutes, just to show you what I did for them and how it works?
That sounds interesting, especially with the kind of results you mentioned. I think it's worth a conversation to see how that could apply to us. I don't see any reason why we couldn't set up a meeting. Next week works for me. How about Wednesday at 10 a.m.?
Awesome. Thank you very much, GPT. Let's pause it here, and this is really interesting. So we managed to schedule a meeting, right? I think he was really nice to me. So right now, let's ask for a feedback. Hey ChatGPT, can you please give me a feedback on this call? What could be improved? Any tips and tricks how to improve it? And for example, how was my tonality? What was my presentation like? Would you change anything about the script, etc.? Any feedback that comes to you to your head, let me know, please.
Sure, Simon. Here's some feedback on your cold call, covering both the script and delivery aspects. What worked well? One, straightforward opening. You were upfront about this being a prospecting call, which is great. It shows confidence and respects the prospect's time. Asking for 30 seconds was a smart move. Most people can spare that. Two, clear value proposition. You quickly identified the prospect's common pain points, such
Someone
as
I care about what
inconsistency,
was not
lack of
good.
time, and lack of recognition. These are highly relatable issues for a fintech startup. Three, building rapport. You asked good follow up questions to understand their struggles better. This shows you're not just pushing a solution, but trying to align with their specific needs. Four, credibility and social proof. Mentioning successful clients like Revolut and specific results, e.g., 1 million organic views, 5 meetings from one post, really boosts your credibility. Areas to improve. 1. Tonality. It's hard to simulate tonality fully in text, but based on your script, you could focus on making sure your tone is conversational and relaxed.
Aha, so it
Avoid
cannot do
sounding too
tonality.
salesy or rehearsed. Use natural pauses to give the prospect time to absorb your points. Engaged and curious. Show genuine curiosity about their struggles when asking questions. Your interest should come across as helping them solve their problem, not just ticking off questions from a script. 2. Handling objections early. You might want to ask earlier if they've tried ghostwriting or similar content strategies before. This way, if they have objections, you can address them early in the conversation. Maybe include a line like, have you considered outsourcing this, or is it something your team has tried before? To dig a bit more. 3. Clearer transitions. Some of the transitions between your points felt a little quick. For example, you jumped from identifying their challenges to asking if they've tried ghostwriting and then back to your services. It could flow more naturally if you finish addressing one topic before moving to the next. After establishing their challenges, pause and confirm their pain points before offering your solution. For example, so it sounds like recognition and consistency are the main issues. Would you agree? If so, here's how I've helped other fintech startups in a similar situation. 4. Emphasizing specific results. You mentioned impressive numbers, but making the connection more personal could strengthen your pitch. For example, imagine if your team had consistent content that generated 5 meetings in a year. How would that impact your pipeline? This makes them visualize success, linking it to their business. 5. Closing statement. You did a great job proposing a meeting. However, the part where you said, is there any reason why you wouldn't have a meeting, could sound a bit defensive. It's better to keep the invitation more positive and assume they'd be interested. Something like, I'd love to show you how I've helped clients like X and Y. Does a quick chat next week sound good? Overall tips. 1.
But
Use
I need to
silence.
test these two.
Don't be afraid of short pauses. When you ask questions like, how has this impacted your company? Or have you tried solving this before? Let them speak. Silence can create a sense of urgency and encourages them to share more. 2. Tone mirroring. Adapt your tone to the prospect's tone. If they're relaxed, you can be a bit more casual. If they sound rushed, be concise and to the point. 3. Personalize with prospect's business. Incorporate something specific about their company or industry. For example, for a fintech company like yours, posting content that resonates with decision makers and banks is critical for inbound leads. 4. Test closing early. Sometimes you can close earlier. If they seem particularly interested after you share the pain points and how you've solved them for other clients, you might say, it sounds like this could be a fit. Would you be open to a quick chat next week to explore it further? Final thoughts. Overall, the call flowed well, and your script touched on all the important elements. With some minor tweaks, especially in tonality and pacing, you can improve the overall impact. You did a great job highlighting the pain points and demonstrating how you can provide value. Keep refining it, and you'll get smoother with each call.
Hey, so this was the first call. What I did back in previous calls, I always try to get it harder on me. So harder for me in terms of objections, for example. So, for example, the ChatGPT said that they don't have 30 seconds. So I tried, hey, okay, I understand. Let's leave it for another time, just to make sure. I can send you a case study, but to be sure that I'm not wasting time of somebody else, your and my time, this is relevant. Do you work with XYZ, or do you try to sell to, etc.? So I try to handle all these objections that they don't have the time, etc. Eventually, I never managed to schedule a call, but or once I think I managed to schedule a call, convince them to have a call, but it's amazing way how to practice. So try ask them to be first to recap. Ask them to be a cold calling coach. Give a role play and give a feedback, and then try different scenarios. For example, trying calling with head of marketing, sales director, CEO. So you get these three, and then, for example, try asking for different objections or something like that. So this was my after 2 hours playing with ChatGPT being my sales cold calling coach. I will play with it a little bit more, and then I will make, for example, another video if you like this about the prompts that you can ask in different scenarios. Hope you like it. I hope you enjoyed it. It was, for me, it was really eye-opening that I don't have to pay now my sales coach really 700, or at least I will have something prepared when I will go there. I will be already we will be sharpening something that is already good, not starting from beginning and paying expensive money for giving beginner advices, right? So hopefully this helps. And if you, by the way, if you have some prompts that I should ask, please comment. So it helps me to improve it for next time. Thank you, and good luck with your cold calling.